All right. Hello, hello. Welcome Monday night. I'm so excited because I feel like we've just got a night jam-packed full of really good stuff. Our hope and our vision is to never just throw content after content after content, but to really bring value so you guys leave feeling like, okay, I've got an extra skill or I'm more equipped to move forward in my business. So, super excited to have you guys on tonight and really, really excited to introduce this darling lady to you guys. You do not meet Victoria and leave her presence without feeling just so elevated and peaceful and excited and I just love, love, love her. So, she's a mom to three kiddos, wife to her high school sweetheart. So that's super sweet. Chad's hilarious, by the way, like literally so funny. She's a former elementary teacher whose Plexus income has more than replaced her teacher salary. And her mission and passion is loving and serving others. Fun facts, I love to travel and have random dance parties with my kids. She's an absolute gem. She's an Emerald brand ambassador and she's an absolute boss babe. So please welcome Victoria.
Thank you. So sweet. Hey, everybody. Oh, I love doing these, and it's been a while, so it's good to do it again and see some familiar faces, but also some new ones too. So, welcome, you guys. Okay, so for that introduction. I was going to introduce myself, but I love being introduced. That was so fun. But I do want to just give you guys a little bit of background because it's going to help. Tonight, we're going to talk about keeping the fun in this business through joy, connection, growth, and gratitude. Okay. So, as Alita said, I'm an Emerald ambassador. I've been doing this for 7 years almost, which is crazy. You guys, time passes anyway. So, like, just keep doing this and have fun with it. Find your hobbies. It just time passes anyway. So, I can't believe 7 years. It's just wild. But like I said, tonight we're talking about keeping the fun. And here's what I want to tell you, okay? This business has been such a gift to me in so many different seasons, okay? And I think it's important that I share a little bit of background on my journey with Plexus, just because it's going to give you some context and it'll just help me to, so you can see, like, here's the full picture kind of a thing. But like I said, I've been doing this business in many different seasons. I am a former teacher, okay? We lived in DC, and when I started the products, I had a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. And I had started sharing Plexus shortly after taking the product. So it didn't take me a long time to really, you know, fall in love with the products and feel like, you know what, people really, really need these products. And I can remember hopping on a call with Megan and Phil, and they just like really cast that vision for me. So 3 months later, we would be moving back to Ohio because that's where our roots are and that's where our family is. And I decided not to take teaching position when we moved back here because it was silly for me to pay for childcare for 2 young kids and be at a year 1 teacher salary. Like, it was literally going to be a wash. And so after talking with my husband, I was like, I'm sorry, this is silly. I'm not going to literally pay somebody else to watch my kids. And so that was a season again where, it was such a blessing, even at that time, just to have a few hundred extra dollars to just, be able to provide for groceries or gas and things like that. Like, every little bit is so helpful. Okay. So moved back here. And then 2 years later, COVID hit. Okay. My husband took a very significant pay cut with his job. And during that time, I interviewed. I was a preschool director for 2 years, and that was hard as heck. Running a preschool during COVID, like that was so challenging. But you know what? During that season, it was honestly one of the most fun times in my business with Plexus because people were just so invested in their health and people were really looking to make, additional streams of income and work from home. And so while it was really hard to be at the preschool, it was such a blessing to be able to have this and have it be fun and positive and all the things. And so again, I just am so grateful that I had that during that season. And then 2022 went Emerald, and I was able to leave the preschool. My husband, after COVID kind of, I don't want to say it went away, right? But things started lifting, and he travels a lot for work. And so to be able to be home since then through all of his travel with my three kids, again, such a blessing. So maybe you've been doing this a long time, like me. Or maybe you're just getting started. But what I want you to really take away tonight is that this business is really, really awesome. And it's really, really fun too, right? And we have such a great time together. But some days it will feel like work. Okay. So if you aren't there yet, I am here to tell you just expect that. Expect that the beginning is so much fun and it is amazing, but there are going to be times that it feels like work just because that's life. Life happens, right? And there's going to be resilient or resistance. Okay. But with that resistance, there's resilience. And so, you just have to be able to find the fun and create the fun on your own, no matter what your circumstances are. So that's really what I want to tell you, because again, like I said, there will be days where it feels like work, okay? And that consistency is what we're looking for because that's what compounds. So we want to make sure that we're consistent so those fun days continue to come. So I want to hear though, real quick in the chat, because I know there's so many of us at different levels and we've been doing this for different times. What makes this business fun for you? Like, I would love to hear, like, what is fun to you about this? Why do you show up on these calls? Why do you show up every day to, help people or make an extra income? Like, what do you find just fun about it? Okay, I want to hear. Okay, Shannon says trips and travel, community, trips, helping people, community and events. Ooh, problem solving. I love that. Michael, okay, that's good. I like problem solving too, but sometimes I'm not in the right mindset to do that. That's awesome. Oh, the friendships. Yes. Seeing that the products work, relationships, those are also good. Okay. I love that. So yeah, you have to remind yourself, like, what is fun to you about this? Okay. For me, hearing wins. Oh, yeah, I love that. There's nothing better than getting a message from somebody when you're checking in on them, right? Saying like, "Oh, I lost 5 pounds," or "Oh, I'm, feeling so much less bloated," or "I have more energy." Like that is the best. Um, okay, so what's fun for me is the freedom and the flexibility. Like, this sounds so silly, but as a former teacher, I love being able to pee when I want to pee throughout the day. Like, I can go to the bathroom whenever I want to. Nobody has to tell when I can't go. Okay, like that is fun for me. I get to go to the bathroom when I want to. The community, just like you guys said, like we get to do this together. We get to celebrate wins. We get to cheer each other on, which is so good. And also the personal growth. When I look back over my 7 years, I think, wow, I might not be where I want to be, rank wise, that's fine, but like the personal growth has been huge. And so it's just a process and it's a really important part of the process for success. So those are some things that I find super fun. And I wanted to go over, there are 4 pillars of this business, right? And so these pillars are really, really necessary for success. And so just to go over them, we've talked about this before, but we have retention and customer care. Okay. Recruitment, which I should have said that first. So like recruitment, right? Right. Retention, customer care, duplication or leadership development, and then personal growth. So those are like the 4, pillars that should hold up this business. Okay. So these things are necessary for success, but it's unlikely that you're going to find each pillar fun all the time. Am I right? Like, put a one in the comments if you agree. Like, they're not all going to be like, yes, I love, reaching out to people and they are telling me that they're, going to the bathroom 24 times in a day. Like that, right? We're not going to find, like, it's not always going to be roses all the time. But So yeah, so I do want to hear though, real quick. What do you feel like out of those four pillars? Because everyone has their own strengths and maybe one that they favor. What is maybe your most favorite or yeah, what's your most favorite? Or like do you have a favorite pillar that you would say like do you love recruiting? Are you recruiting rock star? Are you really great at customer care and retention? Do you love the personal growth piece? I would love to hear what you guys resonate with when it comes to the four pillars. Okay, personal growth. I'm a personal growth junkie too. And I have to be very intentional to take time and apply what I've learned from personal growth. Sometimes I can consume, and I don't take time to apply it. Customer care, personal growth, lots of personal growth. All right, awesome. Customer care. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing. I love being interactive on here. Okay, so I want to just give some tips of things that I do to keep the fun in each pillar because, like I said, there's going to be days where it feels like work. And these are just little tips that work for me so that I can stay consistent when it feels hard sometimes. Okay, so um, retention and customer care. So, things that I do to really kind of keep the fun in this area is customer appreciation. Like I love snail mail and I love sending birthday cards to level one customers. I love I have a customer chat, so I will every once in a while I'll just pop in like a Starbucks QR code and say like, hey, happy Friday, go help yourself to a Starbucks, like way to be consistent with your Plexus products. Or just putting in um, healthy recipes for my customers, things like that. And also when it comes to reaching out to my customers for retention and things like that, um, just playing the numbers game for me. So like I do this a lot. Okay, I have ADHD and I don't take any medication for it. So I have to play a numbers game with myself, and I literally will set a timer, you guys, and I try to crank out as many messages as I can for my customers. Because if I don't set a timer, if I have all the time in the world, I will take all day to do it. Okay. I just will. And I will avoid and I will find other things to do and I will, play Monopoly because that's what my son wants to do. But like, so I have to set a timer. So if you resonate with that, I encourage you to like make a game with yourself when you're doing your income producing activities and set a timer and see how many messages you can crank out. Okay. As far as recruitment goes, same kind of a thing. I use a lot of social, like authentic outreach. So I really, when I'm recruiting, I go and I look at my posts, who's engaged with them. Those are the people I'm reaching out to. And so I set that timer. Okay, how many of these people can I reach out to in this short amount of time? And then also keeping the visual for recruitment. Like how if Keith Callahan said this, if you had like a gym full of solo cups, right? And underneath there were like hundreds of solo cups. I might butcher this a little bit, but and there was a diamond underneath one cup. Would you like do half of them and just stop? No, you would keep flipping over the cup until you found that diamond, right? And so what for me, when there's that recruitment piece, I always keep that in the back of my head where, okay, I have to keep flipping cups. It truly is a numbers game. The more people I ask, the more no's I'm going to get, but I'm getting closer to that yes. Okay, so just little mindset things like that. As far as duplication and leadership development goes, just having fun, right? It's more fun to do this with people. So when we have people that are, working with us and we're developing a team, it's more fun, I think, to do it than with a group than it is by myself. And so just, even connecting, like Megan Recker, Nicole Bolas, and I met for coffee and we just planned out our events for the year. And that was so much fun to just meet in person. And you might not be able to do it in person, but you can hop on a Zoom, right? So just do what you need to do to make it fun and like plan those in-person events, which I'm going to talk about in a second as well. And then the last one, personal growth. And I think for that one, there's so many books that we can read. There, we live in such a world now where everything's at our fingertips, but you have to really be reflective and figure out what do you need in this season, right? It might be that Alita and Megan are running a phenomenal book club, but if you don't resonate with that in this season of your business, then don't do it. Sorry, Alita. Maybe like, right? Like you have to do what resonates with you. As long as I think, as long as you are committing to personal growth, that's what really matters because that's when you're going to show up. If you're like, oh, I'm just going to do it for the group, um, you know, you have to find it has to be meaningful to you. So to keep it fun, right? Like who wants to learn about something that they don't feel like maybe they need in this season? Keep it meaningful, stay authentic to what you need. Okay, I already talked a little bit about like playing the numbers game. The last thing I'll say about that is if you liked that, I always come up with a baseline minimum of how many messages I want to send in a week. Well, when it comes to new people, new reach outs, and customer care, okay? And then I like that is the baseline. I have to do that. And so at the end of the week, and I just started doing this, okay? But at the end of the week, I tally up and I see how many did I meet my minimum baseline? And here's the kicker, okay? To make it fun for yourself. It's like a dangling carrot for yourself, but like celebrate if you reached that goal. Did you hit your minimum baseline? Go out and celebrate. For me, it's going to my favorite local juice place called Local Roots, and I will treat myself on a Friday if I hit my minimum baseline. Like I will give myself permission to go get a juice, okay? So make sure that you celebrate the input just as much as you're celebrating the output. That's really, really important to keep that joy and that fun in your business because sometimes we can't control the outcome, right? But we can control what we input. So keep it fun and light and celebrate that and reward yourself because you should. Um, okay, the other two things that I have really quick, and then I'm going to let us go because I know we have our awesome onboarding call, or not onboarding, opportunity call. Social media, okay? Just stay authentic to yourself. Don't stress out about it if social media is not your thing. Just be true to who you are. Blinders on. What do you want to post? Think about how, your audience, what resonates with them. Keep your energy high, make it fun for you because again, that authenticity is what's really going to shine through. I personally love social media, so I could literally stay on it all day long. And I have to again set the timer. I live by the timer, you guys. But yeah, make your content fun for you, and that your viewers are gonna pick up on that. If you're like, oh shoot, I have to go make a story on this, that they're not gonna buy into that. So you really have to stay authentic to who you are. And then through events, you guys, conversations, you can just have fun themes, right? Megan, Nicole, our community here, we've been doing sourdough events every month, but we do a fun themed event. So last year for the fall, like I'm just gonna think, we had what did we, Megan, you're on here, I think. Pumpkin, one night we did like charcuterie and wine with sourdough crackers. And did fun giveaways and things like that. So there's so many different ways that you can keep the fun, but here is the last thing I will say. You are responsible for creating the fun, okay? No one else. It's not Alita's job, it's not Cheryl's job, it's not your upline's job to create the fun. You are responsible for that, okay? So if you're feeling like, oh, or you're dragging a little bit, or maybe you are having a blast, that's great. You create the fun and it's your responsibility. You're the driver of the energy, okay? So your responsibility. Okay, last thing for real, this is your call to action. I want you guys to think about one way that you will bring the fun into your business this week, okay? And maybe you pick a specific pillar that you kind of maybe don't love. I don't love reaching out to people all the time, but I do. Like, I'm always afraid people are going to be like, and I'm not loving the products. Like, that is a lie. People love our products, but sometimes I don't. I like get anxious about that. And so, again, I have to play that numbers game. So, call to action is think of one way that you're going to bring fun into your business this next week. All right, that's all that I have. I hope that was helpful.
That was amazing. I love that. You're the driver and the energy. Keep it light and fun. Celebrate yourself. Go get that juice. This is so applicable. Take that and take it this week. So ask yourself, what is the baseline of messages I'm willing to send? I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to do it in 15 to 20 minutes. I'm telling you, I so agree, Victoria. Like if you have all day to do it, you can take all day. So just do it. Set that timer and get it done. Absolutely phenomenal. Great call. So practical and helpful. Appreciate it so much. Now we have the opportunity call that Plexus is running. My good buddy Jen Cobb and Marian Anderson are doing it. They're phenomenal. They're social media influencers and they're incredible women. So definitely hop on and take a listen. Okay, we will see you guys next week or on Power 30 tomorrow if you hop on. Bye, y'all.